Prayer. Almighty God, we humbly beseech thee to look with favor upon the Parliamentary Council of the SRC of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Grant that it may perform its high duty as in thy sight. Give divine guidance to the President of the SRC and the Vice-Chancellor, and thou members of Parliament to discernment and vision and integrity and courage, that through the labors of their work, students may be well and truly served, and thy good purposes for the common human life shall be realized in our midst. Amen. Kindly resume your seats. Honorable members of the 14th SRC Parliamentary Council, honorable members of the 15th SRC Parliamentary Council yet to be inaugurated, media persons around, all students around, all protocols observed. I welcome you to the second and the last sit of the SRC address of the 14th SRC Parliamentary Council, as well as the 62nd SRC administration. You are welcome. We will quickly move to the next item on the order, which is correction and acceptance of the minutes for our previous sitting. So you kindly take your sheets, so we proceed. Under the minutes for the previous sitting, paragraph 1. Honorable Kofi Asante Jabate.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Paragraph 1, line 2, after which I believe he was omitted, after which he welcomed and briefed the House on the agenda. I believe we could, main was also omitted over there because that was not the only agenda of the House, but you briefed us on the main agenda of the House. So line 2, after which he welcomed, and then main agenda for the sitting. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Kofi Asante. That has been well noted. Clerk, kindly note that down. Paragraph 2, under section 1. Honorable Kofi Asante.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. It's stated over there that you pleaded on behalf of the clerk for the absence of the minutes, as there was no time to get the minutes ready. Mr. Speaker, as I'm speaking to you, the minutes for the 5th sitting of the second session of the 14th Parliamentary Council is still not ready. And it is very wrong for an honorable house like this to have an entire sitting. And that sitting was very crucial because it preceded the minutes we are working on today. And it shows the progress of the JCRC bill and how we went about it. And so, I don't know, this is a big indictment on the clerk. And hopefully before the end of this sitting, we get the minutes for that sitting so we can work on it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Kofi Asante Jabate. We quickly move to the section 2, which is after commencement of public business. So under that section, number 1. Honorable Kofi Asante.
Thank you very much once again, Mr. Speaker. When you check line 2 of 1, it was written legal representative. I believe what the clerk was trying to write was legal affairs commissioner, because that's what we were informed on the floor. So kindly check that. But then, Mr. Speaker, this bill we are talking about, we worked on the bill. There are a lot of conversations came up, but as at now, we don't know the bill that the president has assented to. I'm believing he's assented to the bill because We've already worked with it, and the JCRC elections have gone on. But the final draft that went to the president for assent, we haven't seen it. So if the clerk could work on that and then make us have a copy, it would be grateful.
Yes, please. Thank you very much. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. Number 8. Number 9. Number 10. Number 11. Number 12. Number 13. Number 14. Number 15. Number 16. Number 17. Honorable George Kabanabosu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Please, the name is George Bonsu, not George Benson. So please take note.
Thank you very much. That has been well noted. Maybe I'll kindly note that down. Number 15, Honorable Kofi Asante Jabate.
Speaker, I'm noticing that throughout the minutes, there are parts where you see honorable and then first name. Yes, I can see Honorable Frida. I don't know if Habib, that's his, Honorable Habib, that's his surname, but I doubt that's his surname. So if the clerk could check that. And then 15, sorry to take you to 15, but I believe
You're already at 15.
Yes. Honorable Habib on. Honorable Kofi Asante's submission, not about. It should be on. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Kofi Asante. That has been well noted. Clerk, kindly note that down. Number 16. Number 17. Number 18. Number 19. Number 20. Then we'll move to the number 21, which is the last number in the minutes for the previous sitting. So, honorable members, we are done with the correction of the minutes for our previous sitting. We will move to the acceptance of the minutes. As such, all honorable members who are in favor of the acceptance of the minutes for the previous sitting should kindly say aye. All honorable members who are not in favor of the minutes for the previous sitting should kindly say nay. By my ears, the ayes have won, and the minutes for the previous sitting has been duly accepted. Thank you very much. We will quickly move to the next item on the order, which is a recess. Honorable Kofi Asante Jabati. You're welcome.
I'd like to move a motion pursuant to Order 31, Clause 1G, which would treat you or plead that you treat this motion with urgency. And that is checking our order paper, you realize that after the commencement of public business, after the address from the SRC president, there's no slots for submissions from honorable members. So I was moving the motion that that be included in the order paper so that we can duly.
Thank you very much.
With enough time allocated to it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That has been duly noted and it will be done as you are requesting. So the next item on the order is a recess. So you quickly take a recess, you go outside for a parade, and then we will come back to the chamber with the president to hear the various addresses from the caucus heads and the president. So please, the recess is about to begin.
Honorable members of Parliament, the Speaker. Hello. Please, the whole recess was actually called for the parade that is about to begin. So the president of SRC, the SRC president, would actually be coming soon, and we've all been asked to actually go outside and witness the parade. But if you don't want to, you can actually stay inside. He's in. Oh boy, and then today the Ruffle is no good crowd. Today the Ruffle is no good crowd. wherever you are, kindly be seated. Find a space and sit. Please, if you don't have a space, you have to find a seat. The protocol heads will actually tell you.
with the school anthem. The school anthem. Thank you very much. Kindly resume your seats. Honorable members of the 14th SRC Parliamentary Council, honorable members to be, potential members of the 15th SRC Parliamentary Councils, all media persons around, all SRC executives around, you are welcome to the second and the last state of the SRC address. The last TUSA for the 62nd SRC administration. I have the singular honor to introduce some of our guests. Beforehand, we were supposed to have the Member of Parliament for the Oforikrom constituency in the person of Honorable Dr. Emmanuel Mafu here, but then this morning he sent me a notice that there has been an emergency case in the Volta region, so they have traveled to the Volta region. So unfortunately, we will not have the MP for Oforikrom joining us. I also have the singular honor to introduce before the House the new Secretary for Education elect, in the person of Honorable Asari Bediakon. I have the singular honor to introduce before the House the 62nd SRC President, His Excellency Frank Owusu. I introduce before the House the 62nd SRC Vice President and the first female SRC Vice President, who possibly paved a way for the first female SRC President. You are welcome, Madam Vice President. I introduce before the House the SRC Financial Secretary. I think he is not a new person before the House. Honorable Kofi Asante and Honorable Asante Ahmed are his good friends. Yes, and Honorable Francis Zambia. Yes, and Honorable Lisa, who unfortunately is not part of us anymore, are his good friends. Honorable Financial Secretary, you are welcome. We have the SRC who come in the person of Honorable Maud Asari. Honorable Asari, you are welcome. We have the SRC Chief of Staff in the person of Honorable Yao Asari. We also have here the SRC Electoral Commissioner, who is popularly known as Action. Action, you are welcome. Yes. We are hoping that indeed the skills will come. So, honorable members, all persons, all students around, you are all welcome. We are glad to have you here. We will quickly move to the next item on the order, which is the report from the Hall Caucus. And the Hall Caucus head is Honorable Prince Brakodanso.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable. Good afternoon, honorable members of this prestigious house. I rise before you today as the Hall Caucus head of the 14th SRC Parliament to present to you a comprehensive report on the various happenings in the various constituencies in my caucus. This report aims to highlight the achievements and challenges of the various halls, which hold significant importance for the university's progress and well-being. As representatives of our constituencies and entrusted leaders, it is incumbent upon us to address the pressing issues that affect the lives and well-being of students. To begin with, I will start by listing the achievements of the various halls. First and foremost, Queen's Hall. Queen's Hall has embarked on the renovation of their study room at the West Wing. Queen's Hall has also procured a new basketball rim, which is currently ready for erection, and 2 reservoir tanks to help with the supply of water in the hall. New boreholes have been dug in the Queen Elizabeth II Hall and in Unity Hall as well. 3D signatures has been constructed in both Independence Hall and Unity Hall, which will help direct strangers, especially when school resumes. Talking about Independence Hall and Republic Hall, we have been able to procure new basketball rims and football poles. Bathroom curtains have been provided in both Independence and Republic Hall to provide privacy in the various washrooms in the halls. Republic Hall has also provided balcony lights for their residents to enhance vision at night in the various rooms. The Hall Caucus with one voice advocated for the replacement of 40 routers in the various halls during our last meeting with the Vice Chancellor. And today I bring to you good news. Just 2 weeks ago, the Koha chair, that's my hall master, presented to me a list of procurement letters, and God being so good, the various 40 routers will be replaced once school goes on recess. Come to talk about events and programs. The Hall Caucus has done marvelously well. In terms of organizing educational activities like inter-hall debates, tutorials, and seminars in the various halls. Entertainment-wise, the various constituencies have organized entertainment activities like jams, talent shows, and not to forget the inter-hall sports quiz organized by Focus FM, which I am glad to announce to the House that Republic Hall emerged as winners in the maiden edition. We can't talk about achievements without talking about the challenges we are being faced with. To talk about some challenges the Hall Caucus is facing, we are very sad to announce that the Hall Caucus has always been exempted from all SRC activities and budgets for a very long time, and we plead that this problem is addressed. Talking about CAT constituency, I have been informed that iOS users are unable to access Wi-Fi since last year October and hasn't been addressed after countless advocacies. There is a serious and alarming crisis at Komfo Anoche due to pump issues, and this has led to the deplorable state of their washrooms. In some halls too, the major challenge they are facing is the fact that their elevators are still not working. I am very disappointed in the local KNUST-TEK chapter. In a way, 2 years ago, under a certain leadership, they came up with this policy, and they embarked on this project. They provided each and every hall with first aid boxes. But as it stands now, the current leadership has abandoned this project, which really makes us very sad. The second semester is about ending, and I can say on authority that none of the halls has even received gentian ballot from the local ministers. Conclusively, today I'm in white because please let's listen to this part very well. As I said, today I'm in white because as the whole caucus head, my caucus has regained its pride. Although the conditions the JCRCs, although with conditions, the JCRCs have been restored. And I give the praise to the SRC President, Master Francois, and the Grassat President, Master Fred Parker. In fact, let's give them a yeah. Thank you very much for such a well-fought battle. From the mentioned earlier points, we all can attest to the fact that despite the challenges faced by honorable members in the various constituencies in the whole caucus, we, as a collective caucus, have been able to achieve a lot, and we pray that subsequent JCRCs will be fairly represented as we have done. Long live KNUST-TEK, long live the 14th House, long live the prestigious Hall Caucus, long live Ghana. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Prince Brakodanso, the caucus head for the whole caucus. That was a very good report from him. Quickly, we will proceed to the next item on the order, which is a report from the college caucus. And Honorable Kofi Asante will do that on behalf of his best friend, Honorable Daniel J.
Going on smoothly and successfully. continue to do an outreach, state of the HESA address, help these people with Somiso, which is a very program. And Mr. Speaker, to the ultimate, the college project by HESA, which is about 80% complete. For the first time in the history of HESA, we are going to do a bus stop at Wedi. Help the students who have been suffering under the merciless sun to get some shade. I think it deserves another year. Mr. Speaker, I'll proceed to Kabesa. This one, I miss my honorable friend. I want to give you a shout out. Is you over there? They have innovated the Faculty of Built Environment area. Wonderful Kabisa Week celebration. So many powerful activities. We also organize a Dosa Wisdom housekeeping hangout on personal leadership and personal growing. Kabisa tree planting project. And once again, a socialization night so that the students over there can be stressed and won't have any unfortunate instances. The Kabisa food bank project is also underway. The procurement of Kabisa parliamentary groups, collaboration with Kabisa Right Up Challenge on climate. Okay. On climate change is also underway. Mr. Speaker, I now move on to the constituency of my boss, the able chairman of the Budget and Finance Committee, Honorable Francis Xavier, yet the Englishman of the 14th House. Mr. Speaker, great achievements with his project. Once again, project, SRC President, project. Course sitting or study area is underway. And I can tell you that it's 100% complete. There's not saying I think 90%. 100%. And he has commissioned it. He's also developed a Telegram bot in Let That so that we can help the students with their academic materials. Mr. Speaker, course has also established a sanitary bank to help the females. And I'm sure the Bukom knows what I'm talking about when I say Bukom, Bukom. To his programs, he's had a Career Connect, Course Unity Summit, because as we know, course is a fraction of 3 faculties that were built up on their own. The Unity Summit to bring everyone together, officially. In summary, course has done 10 major programs. In fact, 10 major programs, 3 projects, and 2 social intervention initiatives. In fact, the president, of course, has been adjudged an outstanding college leader among the 6 colleges during the Vice Chancellor Student Excellence Awards. Kudos and bravo to my boss. This one I showed you that it is my boss. To my dear friends, colleagues, Kanasa. Mr. Speaker, this semester, or this year, Kanasa has had a food bank project. And they are the only college, I want to say, the only college to have food bank in first semester and second semester. They have also undertaken a project, once again, a project, SRC President, project. A certain area project, which is still under construction and successfully going on well, smoothly. He's also helped in internet connectivity in the various classes so that when people go to class, they can have access to good internet connection. Ghana mentor-mentee program for final years, East card registration, renovation of the agric sitting area, and then Kanasa, the needy funds, paid fees for needy students. In advocacy, you know, my honorable member here is a good talker, he likes to talk, unlike me. Advocacy, he has advocated so that students can take their bags into examination hall, because we know that during exams, when students put their bags outside, people come and take advantage of them and steal in order to care them so that the properties of the members of his constituency will be safe. He has advocated for them to be able to send their bags into examination hall. And now I can tell you on authority that theft cases in Kanasa during exams has reduced drastically by 90%. We have also done International Women's Day celebration, of which I know that the SRC knows what I'm talking about. Mr. Speaker, it will be inappropriate for me to stand here and give a report. I won't give a report on my own constituency. Mr. Speaker, this semester, we started with our project, our college project, SRC President, our college project. That's doing a student lounge where students can have a relaxation area, multi-purpose facility. They can go and sit down, learn, have discussions, everything, air conditioning, internet access, TV, everything, snack bar, and Skype, and our programs. Mr. Speaker, when I came into office, there was a problem that has persisted over 5 years. And I'm proud to say that during my tenure, that problem has been fixed. All sockets at study area in engineering are now working. Lights are there, and work is currently under progress for internet connection to be available at our study areas, which I believe that my able successor will be proud of me can come and complete it. Mr. Speaker, we've also provided a lot of opportunities for our students, national service internship opportunities. And my able book has also installed a sanitary dispenser to aid the females in their holistic period. Bukom knows what I'm talking about. She's also done a wine affair which sought to brought other women in engineering in other universities around to have conversations about engineering and climate which she can. Mr. Speaker, we also had one of the most faithful, and I can say on authority, the best college ever in KNUST-TEK. Activities like the pendant competition. And as I can say, the only most successful, still standing awards and career fair. This year we saw lots of companies like Nestle, Ghana Glass coming around, Islam Beijing. Yes, top companies coming around to give us student opportunities. We also had a possible workshop called Praising G, which brought to the battalion, moving the park to Southeast Alumni Project. We had a CV picnic, collaboration with KNUST Career Services Center. As I bring my speech to an end, all colleges have been facing one particular challenge, and that is the challenge of funds. Mr. Speaker, we've been having challenges with funds. Our funds are not coming. And other colleges too are struggling with the percentage share in their various faculties in the department. It's a big hindrance for progress. But I believe that the college targets the entire students. So we are giving enough funds to be able to complete everybody in the college is able to benefit with a certain minimum requirements as compared to the various faculties in the various departments. Because if the money is sent to department A, maybe the thing that we do as the members of budget, when the money is brought to college, and college does it, everybody benefits. So we are looking forward to having conversations conversations as to how we can solve this challenge in front in regards to all colleges. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Kofi Asante, who was representing his dear friend, Honorable Energy. We will proceed to the next item on the order and then take a report from the non-residential caucus. The person of Honorable Dixon Manuel Pinsdale, who is the caucus head.
Thank you, Right Honorable. Thank you, Right Honorable. Mr. Speaker, report from non-residential caucus by Honorable Dixon Manuel, the award-winning standing UNLC leader, Vice Chancellor of this great open institution. Mr. Speaker, I'm honored to present this comprehensive report on behalf of the non-residential constituency caucus, representing the largest constituencies on our esteemed KNUST campus. And I must say that although we are not of numbers over here, most of the honorable members have traveled in advocating for the betterment of this Our reach extends from Alibia Senate Road through the heart of KNUST campus all the way to Obuasi, and we extend our influence to different campuses, including Accra and the vast network of the Institute of Distance Learning, IDO, via the Distance Learning Student Association, DLSA. Mr. Speaker, I seek your permission to adhere to established protocols as I present this comprehensive report. We extend our gratitude to the esteemed authorities present today for the opportunity to address the state of the SRC. This platform underscored the democratic principles enshrined in the SRC Constitution, emphasizing the checks and balances. The Executive Council report on KNUST affairs is presented before this Honorable House, and I express my appreciation to all distinguished members in attendance. Before proceeding, I wish to deviate from the customary format and begin by expressing our gratitude. It is essential to acknowledge the preservation of our parliamentary history, and we mourn not losing a significant stakeholder in our parliamentary proceedings. The re-establishment of the whole caucus through the JCRC, along with a seamless post-election transition, is indeed commendable. We also extend our gratitude to the Executive Council for the numerous impactful programs hosted on campus. This initiative has greatly contributed to our personal development. In similar vein, we wish to commend the Graduate Student Association GRASAC for their dedicated efforts in developing and presenting our graduate students. Moreover, we acknowledge the commitment of the representation from the Obuasi campus. And I must say, particularly the President and the Secretary for their commendable programs such as the Pioneers Connect. The efforts to enhance students' academics through infrastructure development are truly commendable. Special mention is warranted for the UNLC for their enthusiastic postal inspection exercise, postal visitation initiative, and the successful, Mr. Speaker, the successful inaugural health and safety seminar. Your dedication is really praiseworthy. Chancellor, we dare to echo Olivia Twist. We ask for more. As adage goes, a close mouth is a close destiny. This request is made in the spirit of aspiring the youth, the growth, Mr. Speaker, expression of gratitude, we also acknowledge the areas that warrant further attention. It is disheartening that the pressing issues of accommodation, and coastal crisis have not received adequate attention. The cost of accommodation has exceeded our academic fees, causing financial stress for many students. Urgent action is employed from the President and the Council to address this pressing concern. Furthermore, it has come to our notice that neither the Obuasi campus nor the DLSA, the Obuasi campus and the DLSA, receive any financial assistance from the Council this year, despite their genuine need for support. An appeal is made to the Council to extend their assistance to the deserving groups, ensuring the well-being of the students. Finally, we humbly request the SRC Council to consider extending the programs and initiatives to off-campus students, including those at clinical students hostel, Confuanochi City Hospital, and Obuasi campuses too as well. Inclusivity is paramount to foster unity and cohesion among all students. Serving KNUST-TEK, the 14th Parliamentary Council, and the non-residential constituency has been a privilege. And I must conclude my tenure. I express my heartfelt gratitude to all, including the honorable members of the 14th Parliamentary Council and the prospective 15th Parliamentary Council present today. I acknowledge the presence of all members who are around. With my departure, I affirm my gratitude. As honorable this in Emmanuel. Thank you.
Now then, leaders.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mr. Emmanuel. The only was head who read this report from an Apple MacBook. All the others read their reports from a sheet. So, Honorable Asante. Yes. Honorable President, I guess he has shown you the way. So quickly, we will proceed to the next item on the agenda. I'm thinking that most of you will agree that this is one of the main reasons why we are here today. An address from the SRC President. So, I invite His Excellency Frank Osu to the podium as he gives his address. His Excellency.
When all the world comes together, and then we are talking about the best institution in the world in terms of quality education. The school that they came together to build will be known and noted as the best university in terms of quality education. There is a principle in life that nobody knows the future of a young man. So those of you who went to senior high school will say will be any more than 62 years back,
When this whole union was established after the establishment of our university 72 years ago, nobody thought that a time will come when the sons and daughters of the nation and across the world will come together and have a discourse not only about academics but around student leadership. I think today is a day that all of us must have to be proud as students of this noble institution. Mr. Speaker, before I zoom into my discourse this very afternoon, please permit me to render an unqualified apology to the good students of KNUST. I remember during my 2-year campaign running for the office of SRC President, I came to your rooms, I came to your classes, I came to your churches, and we had a lot of hearty conversations. Promises were made, policies were churned out, all in the hope of ensuring that we will be able to serve the good students of KNUST. But as destiny may have it, we haven't been able to achieve all of them. And as nobility requires, if you make a promise and you are not able to honor those promises, it is good that you apologize. So even before I zoom into my address this very evening, I would like to say sorry to the good students of KNUST for my inability to honor some, emphasis some, of the promises I made to the good students of KNUST. The one thing I know about my students is that they are so forgiven. And if you beg them, they will forgive you. If you go give me, please give me yeah. You see the way you are saying no happily. I mean, it's a yeah. You guys are speaking ironically. And I'm enjoying. You see, whenever I enter this particular place and I stand before you, I have this reason to believe that I'm standing in front of greatness. And talking about greatness, the uncle, or the elder cousin, of the only 3-term president of America. The 3-term president of America, his name is Franklin Roosevelt. His elder cousin, his name is Theodore Roosevelt. Roosevelt came out with a poem that has become very popular amongst most politicians. And these are the words in the poem. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out the strong man how they stumble, or where the doer of these could not have done better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, who spends himself in a wealthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those who could, and the timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. This is the man in the arena. While listening to my various caucuses and listening to all the great achievements you guys have been able to chalk in your respective constituencies, I can only describe you as the men and women in the arena. You have dared the impossible, and you have done greatly. You have made KNUST proud. From the interventions, the programs, the projects, and all, the good students of KNUST are proud of you. And I dare say that you have carved a niche for yourself. You have left your feet in the sands of time. And I know that posterity will be kind to you. On the 28th of September, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Speaker, I and my colleague executive committee members, were officially sworn in as executives of this very university. As you may be aware, it came along with its own challenges. One that I can recall offhand was the fact that we came during a time where there was Utah strike. Not only Utah strike, there was Tewu strike. Not only Tewu strike, there was Gawa strike. The implication is that you go to every office and the office is closed. So the people who were supposed to orient us and teach us and show us the way were nowhere to be found. Unfortunately for us, we came to meet a front that was not so much united. So the people who were supposed to hand over notes to us, those who were supposed to show us the way, we weren't able to get it. The time the strike was called off was when school resumed. So we couldn't have the needed preparation. But then, as the saying goes, the obstacle has always been the way. So today, I am here to share with you the journey so far for the past 8 months. I deliberately say 8 months because, unlike former years, this year happens to be one of the shortest academic calendars in the history of KNUST. Ordinarily, we are supposed to spend 4 months in a semester, 8 months in an academic year. We are spending 7 in this particular academic year. Yet we've been able to do our best as leaders of this noble university. Mr. Speaker, the Vice President of the SRC, the Women's Commissioner, the SRC Financial Secretary, SRC Executive Council members present, honorable members of the SRC Parliamentary Council, incoming and outgoing all together, members of the press, aspirants in various forms, USAG, PUSAG, and all of what have you, those of us who have joined us in the public gallery, I welcome you to the second and last state of the SRC address of the 64th SRC. That is the 62nd, SRC, and the 14th Parliament of our dear and noble university. Mr. Speaker, even before I delve straight into the details of our discourse, I would like to crave your indulgence to say that at the end of my presentation, because today is going to be the last time that maybe I'll get the opportunity to address Parliament, I am respectfully requiring that when I'm done, you give honorable members the opportunity to clarify their doubts. So anybody who has any question to ask me, I'll be more than glad to receive them. Mr. Speaker, respectfully, as I usually do, I would like to state that the nature of our State of the SRC address this year will be in an order, such that I will be bringing a report from the respective offices under the SRC, and then we will move as such. So respectfully, Mr. Speaker, we zoom straight into Tech Talk. And this year, we began the Tech Talk activities with a program called the KNUST We Want. The KNUST We Want was a seminar experience organized by the SRC. This program was organized in the month of February, and the main aim for the organization of the program was to bring on board the last student leaders and activists to share with us their experiences in times past. As an SRC, we take inspiration from the fact that history plays a very important role in the development of every modern society. Therefore, we must seek wisdom and direction in our past as we are guided into the future. We had former presidents in the presence of Honorable Andy Okra, 2000-2001 SRC President, Lawyer Philemon La, 2011-2012, Kalu Fuga, 2012-2013, Mr. Boachin Amichaize, 2016-2017, Mr. Samuel Amwakukusi, 2016-2017, and Dr. Samuel Sesta, 2020-2021, all coming together to help grace the occasion. In addition, we had a program called Today's Young People, Tomorrow's Global Leaders. The 2023 Tech Talk program, dubbed Meet the Giant, took place on the 22nd day of July 2023 at the Kumapil Auditorium with a focus on empowering today's youth to become global leaders. The event featured an impressive lineup of speakers including Kwame A. Opoku, Futurist Kwame, Professor Benjamin A. Mekpe of School of Veterinary Medicine, Mr. Daniel Jomo, Mr. Matthias Charles Yabe, and Edward Asari. It is worth noting that despite not achieving the expected attendance, the event left a lasting impact on the participants and fostered an atmosphere of inspiration, development, and growth. The networking opportunities during the event also proved to be beneficial for many participants, fostering connections with like-minded individuals and potential mentors. Several attendees mentioned feeling more empowered and determined to pursue their dreams and aspirations after the program. We also had a Transform Summit. This program was a program between the SRC and the YPYC under the leadership of Honorable Andy Osei Okra, who is a former Deputy Asante Regional Minister and a former KNUST-TEK President in 2000-2001. It was geared towards equipping student leaders and prospective student leaders with the needed skills to exercise their leadership capabilities and abilities. Mr. Speaker, under the Welfare Commission, in collaboration with the Estate Management and Sanitation, the KNUST-TEK Welfare Commission conducted a sanitation inspection at the various traditional halls canteens, including the Unity Hall Canteen, the Bush Canteen, and the CCB Canteen. The primary objective of the inspection was to ensure food safety, hygiene, and overall sanitation standards at the canteens. The inspection focused on checking food expiry, environment, cooking tools and materials, cobwebs, appearance, ventilation, and other crucial aspects related to the preparation and serving of food. Trained representatives from the KNUST-TEK Welfare Commission and the Estate Management Sanitation formed the inspection teams. They carried out surprise visits to the designated canteens during operational times. The inspection team used a standardized checklist to evaluate various parameters related to the sanitation and food safety. The joint sanitation inspection by the SRC Welfare Commission and the Estate Management and Sanitation at the traditional hall canteens was a constructive activity to ensure the highest food safety and food hygiene. The overall finding indicated that most canteens maintained commendable sanitation practices. However, some areas require improvement, and they provided recommendations aimed to address these concerns. The collaboration between the Commission and Estate Management demonstrated a commitment to the welfare and well-being of students, fostering a healthier campus environment. Support to students for surgery. The SRC, through the Welfare Commission, supported 2 students to the tune of 50,000 Ghana cedis combined. This covers part of the cost of undertaking surgeries on these 2 students whose name I would withhold for obvious reasons. One had to undergo a cancer treatment and the other a kidney operation. I am happy to announce that both students have successfully gone through their respective processes. Academic Board. The Text Matters quiz competition, aptly dubbed Unleash Your Knowledge, took place at the prestigious CCB Auditorium on the 28th of June this very year. Organized by the SRC Academic Board in collaboration with the E-Learning Center, the highly anticipated event brought together 2 students from each college to showcase their intellectual prowess and passion for learning. The quiz competition covered a wide array of topics ranging from e-learning, technologies and platforms to IT literacy, general knowledge, fascinating facts about KNUST. The event was structured into 4 thrilling rounds, each designed to test the participants' understanding and proficiency in different domains. The College of Agriculture and Natural Sciences, Mr. Speaker, won despite tough competition. Ceci, Laurent Koku, and Dennis Boache, who were representing their squad, won thanks to their superior understanding and cohesiveness. The Speaker, Prince Ansa and Kojo Charles, who represented the College of Science, came as second runner-up, while Imoru and Asante Deborah, who also represent the College of Health, came up as second runner-up. Each winner got merited awards in recognition of their outstanding work. In addition, certificates were given to each participant to acknowledge their involvement and commitment in the event. Mr. Speaker, the Text Matters competition transcended expectations, fostering the atmosphere of healthy competition and academic excellence among students of KNUST. The event not only showcased the participants' intellectual prowess, but also served as a platform to celebrate knowledge and innovation. The dedication and effort of the organizing committee in catering and engaging the memorable experience for all participants, Mr. Speaker, I dare say, was very laudable. Such initiative contributes significantly to cultivating a culture of learning and intellectual growth within the academic community. Mr. Speaker, when we come to TEK Commission, the Think It Fund It program, organized by the SRC, marked its final pitch at the Great Hall of the University on the 27th of July this very year. The event aimed to provide a platform to young entrepreneurs to pitch their innovative ideas and secure funding for their respective projects. Mr. Speaker, I would like to say that out of the 260 shortlisted applicants, 25 exceptional teams were chosen to pitch their at the SRC level. The program was made possible by a 3-day workshop organized by the SRC TEK Commission with the support of lawyer Samuel Akomia at the Kumasi Innovative Hub. The event culminated in the announcement of the prize winners as follows. The speaker, Mr. Emmanuel Nimo of EcoPlus Energy, was adjudged the winner at the end of the day, and he went home with a whooping 30,000 Ghana cedis. The first runner-up, Mr. Speaker, was in the person of Hannah Apia of Mahan Organics, who went home with 20,000 Ghana cedis. The second runner-up was in the person of Clement Akono of Profits Ghana, who went home with 15,000 Ghana cedis. Mr. Speaker, the teams that placed between the positions 4th to 10th received 10,000 Ghana cedis each, while those who placed between 11th to 24th received 5,000 Ghana cedis each. The Think It Fund It program successfully provided a platform for young talent to showcase their innovative ideas and secure essential funding for their projects. Mr. Speaker, the event's success was a testament to the commitment and dedication of the organizing team and the exceptional creativity demonstrated by the participating team. Mr. Speaker, under the office of the Vice President, we had the organization of a program called the All Final Year Summit. The All Final Year Summit happened on 10th of June this very year at the Kumapili Auditorium. After several years of its non-existence, we found it relevant to revive it to prepare our final year students for the working environment out there. The Speaker, I would like to say that KNUST has given us a quality education, but without some very key qualities, we might struggle to attain the height we believe we can. It is in alignment with this vision that we invited seasoned speakers from local and international organizations to inspire our students to be the best that they can become as graduates. The Speaker, we have consultants from the AU and UN speak on how to enter such spaces and opportunities available there. They also spoke on these international agencies and how they look up to recruiting students. The Speaker, we also had a speaker from the entertainment industry. She spoke concerning how to thrive in the industry and share some insightful experiences, such as how she worked several years in the state before moving to Ghana. Then we had an alumni who also started a business while in KNUST, which has brought international recognition both to himself and also to our noble institution. We shared some challenges in which through he was able to overcome as an entrepreneur. As Speaker, we also continue with the program called the 21st Century Student Leadership Summit. As Speaker, the 21st Century Leadership Summit was a momentous event that brought together visionary student leaders, experts, and change makers from various educational institutions to discuss pressing global challenges and chart a course towards a more sustainable and equitable future. Held in the KNUST Impact Building on Saturday, 17th June 2023, the summit served as a platform for dialogue, collaboration, and exchange of ideas to address the complex issues facing humanity in the 21st century. The speaker, Pastor Ansre, began with an examination of leadership qualities and skills required in today's rapidly changing landscape. Students learned about adaptability, empathy, effective communication, and the role of ethical leadership in driving positive change. The Speaker, the Student Leadership Summit provided an energizing platform for student leaders to engage in thoughtful discussions and share experiences, and ignite a passion for positive change. Attendees committed to translating what they have discussed into making the world a better place through collaborative and impactful activities. As these student leaders return to their institutions and communities, their collective efforts have the potential to make a significant contribution to more compassionate, sustainable, and interconnected future. Mr. Speaker, KNUST as an institution of higher learning embraces diversity and allows its female population to learn and get mentored to excel in all paths they choose to follow. These were the words of the Women's Commissioner. Zooming into the words of the Women's Commissioner, Mr. Speaker, the Commission, in the pursuit of its activity, put together the Acacia Summit under the theme, The KNUST Woman, Her Business, Her Leadership, and Her Politics, where renowned female personalities who have excelled in their field of business, leadership, politics, shared their experiences, challenges, and successes in pursuing their dreams and encouraging young women to pursue their dreams. Thus, sexual harassment has become, Mr. Speaker, an age-long problem in our society, and several women today face sexual harassment in myriad forms. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, we must put together to eliminate any kind of harassment for women to have the right to learn in a safe and secure environment. In federal today, Mr. Speaker, an anti-sexual harassment program was organized by the Office of the Women's Commissioner under the banner No Means No. The campaign clamors with a forum on the subject. This act, we believe, will contribute to the realization of the right to gender equality, which would result in economic empowerment and inclusiveness. Health, they say, is wealth, and a healthy mind lives in a healthy body. The 2022-2023 Women's Commissioner of the SRC has the health and well-being of young women within the university community as a priority that needs to be prioritized. The eye as a window to the mind plays an important role in the life of every living being, yet is one of the least prioritized areas for most persons. The Commission, in this regard, organized a free eye screening exercise for members of the university community to have their eyes checked by a qualified optometrist. The screening was preceded by a talk on eye care and the importance of visiting an optometrist regularly. Students with various eye health issues were offered the needed assistance. As means to revive the entrepreneurial spirit among women and encourage them to pursue or learn some soft skills, the Women Commission, in partnership with JUSAC and Kanikalon organization, organized the Kanikalon Hair and Braids Festival, which aimed at supporting young women with skills in braiding hair and styling them to launch them into the career of beauty. The festival saw several women showing off their prowess in their hair braiding competition. The top 3 competitors were awarded cash prizes and some products for them to begin their business in this regard. Food Bank. The SRC this year provided an amount of 80,000 Ghana cedis for the provision of food items to the Director of Student Affairs. In addition to this, Ultimate Fashion, who is the owner of the Ultimate Hostel, have provided KNUST SRC through the Office of the Dean of Students or Director of Student Affairs 60 bags of 25 kg of rice to support the food bank. This translates into about 300 bags of rice to be given to students to help alleviate the hardship and hunger of students during the last stretch of the semester or academic year. Mr. Speaker, I will have to say that the 2022-2023 SRC Electoral Commission have done a yeoman's job. And the second semester of the 2022-2023 academic year has been a successful one for the Electoral Commission. They were able to conduct 5 peaceful, free, and fair elections. This success can be attributed to the pre-election preparations and activities that were conducted for the various electoral commissioners and the aspirants as well. Here is a breakdown of the activities organized by the Electoral Commission. Electoral Commissioners Retreats. A retreat with the Speaker was held for all the members of the SRC Electoral Commission on the 21st to the 2nd of May at the Idea Conference Center to train them on the various aspects of elections. This training was done by the various stakeholders, i.e. KNUST Security, the KNUST Cadets, UITS, DOSA Accounts Office of the SRC, the Judicial Chairperson, and what have you. After the retreat on the 2nd of May, a stakeholder meeting was held at the Directorate of Student Affairs, which was well attended by members of the commission to begin preparation for the elections. The date for the election was proposed and prices of forms were announced. Mr. Speaker, the second cohort of leadership school and coaching was rolled out this semester. The second cohort of the leadership and development coaching officially began on the 1st of May and ended on the 14th of May. This short course is done to properly train young aspiring leaders. About 70 students took part in the second cohort. In total, we have had 170 students joining the first and second cohorts, and they have respectively been given their certificates. The Speaker, on the 6th of June 2023, a program was held for aspiring student leaders. The program was dubbed Leadership Preparation under the theme Developing Resilience for Campus Elections. This was done in collaboration with the Directorate of Student Affairs. The speakers, who were past student leaders of KNUST, spoke about their experiences and advised all aspiring student leaders present. The head of KNUST Counseling Center was also present and spoke a bit about dealing with election stress, and also said that their doors were always open to anybody who needs assistance. The Speaker, college elections, non-residential constituency elections, elections at Obuasi, and the SRC level has successfully been completed. We are glad to say that last week the electoral processes for the various halls began on Friday, 27 July, where nomination forms were picked. They were submitted on the same day. Vesting was done in the various halls on Saturday, 28 July 2023. Elections were held on 1st August 2023. Filing of nomination for local KNUST elections was opened on Thursday, 20th July 2023, and ended on 24 July 2023. The proposed day for voting is Monday, 28th August 2023, and we are all hoping and praying for the last election in this academic year. Mr. Speaker, all these programs and activities have not gone without advocacy. And talking about advocacy, our first point of call has been the issue of accommodation. Mr. Speaker, the accommodation has been an albatross around the necks of every single student within the four corners of KNUST. This phenomenon, Mr. Speaker, has been a perennial problem that annually stares its ugly faces at the students of our noble institution. The leadership of the SRC this year has taken some steps towards alleviating the plight of students in this regard. Involved include the bargaining of a reduced rate in the hostel prices of hostels which fall under the COSAS platform. It is therefore safe to state that last year the prices of hostels which fall under the COSAS platform were capped at 14% under that particular platform. This year, Mr. Speaker, I would like to say that we have succeeded in bargaining for a reduction in the upper limits from 14% to 8%. This implies that no hostel under the COSAS platform is increasing its prices beyond 8%. This means that some of the hostels may not even increase its hostel by a cedi. And I would like to say that hostels like Shalom Hostel this year has vowed and promised us that they are not increasing their hostel prices by even a cedi. Mr. Speaker, another milestone is what we dub zero school fees payment and registration policy. One of the biggest milestones of 2022-2023 SRC administration is the zero school fees payment before registration policy. This is because at first, students were expected to pay a percentage of 70% of their fees before they were allowed to register. This year, students were allowed to register without paying school fees or without school fees being a barrier. In addition, Mr. Speaker, students who owed fees were allowed to write examination in the first semester and mid same examination in the second semester without being deferred, harassed, sacked from the examination hall. Having said this, Mr. Speaker, permit me to say that the last time I checked, students owe fees in excess of 40 million Ghana cedis. This situation is unsustainable, and I would like to plead with students who have their school fees on them to kindly do the needful. This is because as a university, we need money at any point to run the activities of our noble university. Mr. Speaker, another point had to do with students who were deferred for their inability to register their courses within stipulated time. This is a phenomenon that I wouldn't tout as an achievement. This is because students were advised and warned severally of the displeasure of management on our unwillingness to register and its possible consequences. Yes, we succeeded in getting management to listen to us, but this time I dare say that we may not be second time lucky in the near future. Registration of courses must be a semester ritual that every student must adhere to religiously. Mr. Speaker, another milestone this academic year has been one that we tout as the bringing back of the JCRC. I dare say that this is by far one of the biggest and the greatest advocacy successes of the SRC in recent history. The suspension of the ban of the JCRC is a win for student democracy and representation. Mr. Speaker, let no student downplay the value of our success in the reinstatement of our JCRC. It took time, effort, resources, and so much tactfulness. As student leaders, let us daily admonish ourselves to value the privilege we have today, and as such, guard it jealously in order to ensure that posterity comes to enjoy of this beautiful system and structure that we enjoy. Mr. Speaker, I move to a point where I call interventions and projects. Mr. Speaker, as I speak today, donations of 60 laptops were made towards the SONSO project of the Vice Chancellor. The SONSO project, which is the provision of laptops to needy students, is one of the initiatives by the Vice Chancellor which has come to stay. This initiative provides students with laptops to aid in their academic activities. As a stakeholder in the provision of education in the university, the SRC provided 60 laptops to support the initiative of the Vice Chancellor. In addition to this, Mr. Speaker, donation of 15 laptops were made to the UITS. Elections are one of the important rituals in the student governance structure of our noble university. The letter of the SRC, the ACRC, and the hall will bear with me that one of the items in our budget list that takes a chunk of our dues is elections. Each year, the SRC spends a lot of money on hiring laptops for conducting elections. The SRC, through the Electoral Commission, procured 15 laptops that will be used for the purposes of election. This initiative was begun by the 2020-2021 SRC administration led by Master Samuel Sessa. It was continued by Master Michael Aboa, and we are here continuing it. This initiative is one which we believe that when continued would help so that at a point in time we wouldn't need to go out to hire laptop in order to conduct elections. Shuttle stop at Ahinsan. The Ahinsan shuttle station of the SRC is progressing steadily. Technically, we can safely say that the project is 87% complete. This project is a penultimate initiative by the it's a penultimate project as part of the grand project of the Vice Chancellor to provide 3 additional buses which were promised by the Vice Chancellor. The materialization of this project by the SRC, the inauguration and official operation of this particular initiative will pave way for 3 additional buses to be added to the ones we have already. Provision of SRC study area with study chairs. Mr. Speaker, the SRC discussion area is a very important project which began under the presidency of His Excellency Master Samuel Sessa. It was commissioned by His Excellency Master Mike Labua, and in the spirit of continuity, we vow to complete this project. As we speak, 150 chairs have been ordered from China. And as we may be aware, it takes a minimum of 40 days for goods by ship to reach Ghana from China, and some additional days for the clearing at the port. We have been assured by our suppliers that the chairs will be in latest by 17th of August this very year. The study area will augment the existing study areas we have on campus to support the growing number of students as we earnestly await the official opening and handing over of the library mall, which we are told is 70% complete. Pharmacy on campus. I have always maintained that the dues of the SRC, Mr. Speaker, is not enough to provide all the needs of students. It is born out of this reality that the SRC builds strategic alliances and connections with individuals and corporate bodies in the provision of these amenities and infrastructure. To this, Mr. Speaker, the SRC would like to profoundly express our gratitude to Professor Charles Ansa, who is the CEO for Charged Pharmacy, for coming to the aid of students and listening to the plea of the SRC by providing a pharmacy in the heart of campus to cater for the needs of students. Mr. Speaker, I'll move on to what I tout as prospective projects of the SRC. Mr. Speaker, I begin with what we call the extension of Wi-Fi to off-campus. Mr. Speaker, in the 21st century, university education is practically impossible without internet connectivity. This explains why a lot of students spend a lot of hours on campus trying to access internet. In some instances, students stay on campus for long hours, and when returning to their various hostels, they get attacked by robbers. In the course of the SRC and management to solve this problem, we have finished an agreement with Closed Boats to commence the pilot of an off-campus Wi-Fi initiative. This initiative will see students in certain designated off-campus community enjoying KNUST Wi-Fi at the comfort of their homes. This will reduce the instances of students coming to campus to access Wi-Fi at ungodly hours, which in most instances result in them getting attacked on their way back home. 8 stations have already been built for this proposed project, and it is slated to officially begin next academic year when school resumes. SRC Hostel and Nest Project. The Otumfo-32, the second hostel, which was initiated 22 years ago under the leadership of Honorable Andy Okra. Over the years, the vision has seen several actions at different dispensations. Today, accommodation continues to be a bane and a huge canker around the necks of students. After broad consultation, the SRC has completed the paperwork on the SRC Hostel and Nest project. This forms part of the SRC's effort to mitigate the accommodation challenges of students. The architectural plan was formally presented to management, and the project has been subsequently approved for construction. The construction will be sponsored by funds received from the SRC Development Levy. To fast-track its completion, the groundwork will begin soon during the vacation. The SRC extends its profound gratitude to DOSA, management, and all stakeholders who played a pivotal role in getting the project approved. We remain unbent in serving you in this regard. Procurement of an additional pickup. Security is likely to be the second most important priority to students living off campus. Mr. Speaker, I dare say that students living off campus are daily faced with issues of insecurity. In our quest to ensure a quick response to security matters, especially those who live at the Bomso end of our university, we are providing an additional pickup to be added to the logistics of our security personnel for them to use our security off campus. Provision of an SRC amphitheater. This is a project which I spoke highly of during my first State of the SRC address. This is a project which is projected to be sponsored 100% by corporate Ghana, specifically Vanguard Life Assurance. As an SRC, this project was our bargaining chip for the renewal of our contract with Vanguard Assurance, who are provided of the student insurance package for KNUST students. In the middle of last month, Mr. Speaker, we had a meeting with reps from Vanguard, and they reiterated their commitment to seeing the completion of this project. I hereby urge the incoming administration to follow up on progress and further assure students of KNUST that I'll always be available for consultation to see the realization of this very project. Mr. Speaker, one project which happens to be very paramount to me is a project that I call the KNUST SRC monthly newsletter. This particular intervention is one that was born out of the grief of the Pro-Vice Chancellor of our university. According to the Pro-Vice Chancellor of our university, he stated that the writing abilities of students is gradually dwindling, and that the ability of students to write good English and to express themselves well is nothing to write home about. But Speaker, one of the major concerns of lecturers and management alike is the rate of decline in the writing abilities of students. Students have also expressed concern about the lack of information and proper archiving of the activities of the SRC and the student front in general. In our quest to solve this canker, Mr. Speaker, the SRC, in collaboration with Glaser KNUST, the publishing department, and the communication design department, is far advanced in the launching of our monthly newsletter. I am happy to say that the editorial team and the editorial policy and the publishing policy of this newsletter are all complete. We have forwarded the first draft to the library committee of the university, and a copy has been given to the Pro-VC of our beloved university. My hope as president is to launch the first copy of the newsletter before I officially hand over as president. Mr. Speaker, on this note, I want to say that the SRC is a work in progress. And to bring myself to a close, I will take solace in the words of William Henley when he said, that out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fair clutch of circumstance, as an SRC, we have not wings nor cry out loud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, our heads remain bloody but unbowed. Beyond the place of wrath and tears looms but the horrors of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find itself unafraid. It matters not how straight the gates, hard charge punishment the scroll. We all say that we are the masters of our fate. We are the captain of our soul. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency Francosu, for such an lengthy and well report. At this point, I will need your assistance in getting a citation for someone who is very dear to my heart. And I know that person is also dear to all members of the 14th SRC Parliamentary Council. I will not mention the person's name. I will let the President assist me in this regard. So when he opens and he unwraps the citation, I guess he can tell us who the citation is from, and the person can come forward for the citation. Thank you very much.
The Speaker, can I read it? I mean, it's so beautiful. So it's a KNUST SRC 14th Parliamentary Council citation in citation of honor presented to Princess Jennifer Hagan. So Princess, respectfully, Mr. Speaker, I will crave by indulgence for Princess to approach the table as I read the words for members to Mr. Speaker, with your indulgence, I'd like to read the words. As an appreciation for your dedication and immense commitment towards the activities of the 14th KNUST-TEK Parliamentary Council as Clerk of the House, your tenure in office as Clerk proved to be one of the most successful terms, and your contribution towards strengthening the legislative arm of the Student Representative Council. We are grateful for your work that you have come and done, and we wish you the very best in your future endeavors. We end by saying, Aiko.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. And thank you very much, Princess Mufahega. You know I love you. When I say I love you, you should know the kind of I love you I'm talking about. Yes, indeed, I have no evidence, but God knows my heart. So, honorable members, thank you so much. And thank you once again, Your Excellency Frank Owusu, for such a report. I am thinking that because his report was lengthy and detailed, most of us here would also have questions in that regard. So, I'll open the floor for submissions, questions, and contributions based on the President's address. The floor is open, honorable members. Yes, I am taking 4 submissions, please. I am taking 4 submissions, please. Any question, contribution, submission on inquiry? Honorable Asante Ahmed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, to begin with, I must say, second has done very, very well. For where we started to where we are going to as an SRC. We are proud of the Parliament to the heights that we have achieved. Madam Mr. Speaker, regardless of the heights we have been able to achieve, I would want to draw the attention of the SRC President to this. During last year's administration, we were told a pickup has been procured for the security. As of now, I am not sure any of us has seen it being used or being commissioned. That's the first one. The second one pertaining to transport when it comes to security. We were informed the UNRC has donated an amount of 28,000 to overhaul a certain pickup, which we are here to see. And then he has come to add up that an additional pickup has been procured for security transport reasons. We'll be very glad if the SRC President's attention would be drawn to this, so that he can see to it that these 3 pickups that we are discussing will be put to use for the safety of our students. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, the SRC President was talking to us about the amphitheater. What we were told during the budget meeting, this was from Vanguard Assurance as he reiterated. We were hoping that construction would start just like how Ahensa is progressively being completed, so that the next administration will see to it that it is done. The reason why we are saying this as a house is because this is more or less like a corporate social responsibility or an agreement that a company is vouching to do. If governance is changed and handing over is properly done, we cannot assure the establishment of this project. So we are stating on camera and reminding the SRC President so that from now till probably August ending that the handing over will happen, this will be done. And then Mr. Speaker, to ask that text matters, I I am very proud and happy to state that as college president, the 2 students from my college did me very, very good. In fact, we realized that the engineers and the humanities people, they don't learn anything in their college. So from now onwards, they will be attending lectures in my noble building, which is the NCB building. Kofi, you are welcome. So, Mr. Speaker, to add to that, the contestants have been coming to my office. They are thinking Mr. President has signed a check for me to put in my pocket, which has not happened. The only thing they have given me is a trophy, which is sitting in my office. I'm yet to present to my provost. So if there is any cash value I'm supposed to give to these people, I am hoping the SRC will fast track it so that by the end of August, the cash will be lying down there so that I can move to the contestants. Mr. Speaker, one last thing that I would like to speak about. As a house this year, we are very glad that at least the budget for the electoral commissioner was brought to us somewhere this semester for us to discuss and see how best to go about it. The reason why we had interest in that budget is because every year, as colleges, we pay huge sums of money for our elections, as he stated, although he did include, as he says, the JCRC and the SRC. But as colleges, we want to remind you that we pay huge sums of money when it comes to elections. This year, to be specific, myself and Prof. Xavier, we signed an amount of 31,000 with some add-ons for elections for College of Humanities and College of Agriculture. During the SRC EC budget reading, we realized that an amount is being paid by the SRC for these elections. So we're hoping that the details of these monies will be put out there so that as college, we will be satisfied with what we pay, and as SRC, they will know what we are paying out of the college's spending, so that we will all be satisfied with what's happening. Because as it stands now, my senate is on my neck, demanding that why have I signed 12,600 as cost of election. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Honorable Asante.
Mr. Speaker, the SRC President is the Commander-in-Chief and the boss of all students in KNUST. In Parliament, we can't have a question and answer session with him. So this is just a submission, probably he can go to the peacefully enjoy his position as the head of all students of KNUST. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So I get him now. It's your weakness submission, not questions to the President. Okay, thank you very much. Honorable Francis Xavier.
Okay, thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I must say I'm highly elated to make my submission. In fact, Right Honorable Speaker, I would like to commend you, first of all, so much, especially for seeing this beautiful maize standing here. It epitomizes your tenacity. You know, this parliamentary council move ahead. And to Honorable Asante has already made most submissions I wanted to talk about. But then I would just like to appreciate my president, His Excellency Frank Ogusu. For the work he has done. It hasn't been easy, and we all, and I myself can testify, it's not easy in leadership, but he has tried his best, he has fought the battles, and I would say, putting all things aside, that he has indeed won. Why am I saying that? I'm making reference especially with regards to JCRC issue. It was something so pertinent, so dear to our hearts. We keep on talking about it. And he has also been given a listening ear. And lo and behold, today we are all happy that this has been brought back. And you deserve an applause. Thank you very much, Mr. President. And I equally want to highlight on the fact that we have been able to have a pharmacy now functioning on campus. I think it is also a great feat attained. I am much aware of the fact that, yes, we won't always be able to do all that we promise the people to do. But as I said, putting all things aside, you have done tremendously well. Thank you very much. And I know the good students of KNUST will never forget you in the history books as far as student leadership on KNUST campus is concerned. So, without much ado, Mr. Speaker, yes, I think my honorable members also made some bit of statement with me, especially asking me as the chairperson for Budget and Finance Committee. With regards to honorable yes, as with regards to I think some things that were read by Mr. President, especially Think It Fund and then the Entrepreneurship Endowment Fund. There was a bit of dichotomy with regards to that, in the sense that the Think It Fund was supposed to be, the Entrepreneurship Fund, I think, was supposed to be used for the Think It Fund project. Yes, so I think they have different separate locations, but then it's like it has been slammed together. And I think it was one concern that honorable members want Mr. President to take notice of. But aside all in all, congratulations, Mr. President, and may you live long. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Francis Xavier Ziachi. Honorable Dixon Emmanuel Pinkston.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I'm very glad to say these few words over here. First of all, I would like to commend Master Frank Osu for this initiative about the Think It Fund. Most people are preaching about this initiative, which has gone a long way to help students as well. In fact, we deserve, we can't clap away here, but at least a word from him. Also, when the semester began, the financial secretary came here to present the leadership budget, whereby the Think It Fund program was on pending, although it came into pass, whereby an allocation of 10,000 cedis was there. That's the leadership budget. That's the Think It Fund was 10,000 cedis. But looking at the first person had 30,000 Ghana cedis. The second person had 20,000 Ghana cedis. The third person had 15,000 Ghana cedis. From the fourth to the 10th, 7,000 Ghana cedis, which is 70,000. Now from the 11th to 24th, person had 5,000, which sum up to 70,000. So overall, it's 205,000 Ghana cedis. The speaker, that is, can it come 2 billion? How do we get this money to fund it? From 10,000 to 2 billion in Ghana in old cities. I would like to know. Thank you, the speaker.
Thank you very much. You have put me in a dilemma. I was thinking, I told you we had articulated 4 submissions, and now who should I prioritize? I am sorry, Honorable Happy. Thank you very much for understanding.
Honorable Speaker and the to my submission. On the Transform Summit, the President mentioned that it was done with former presidents and Mr. Andy Okra. And I have reservations because colleges, a meeting was held with college presidents, and college presidents were to pay a sum of 3,000 Ghana cedis each to support the Transform Summit. It was to cater for item 30 for the students. Now, in the submissions given by Mr. President, colleges were not acknowledged. And the second one is with regards to the food bank. My able members have noticed the move, drastic move, shift from 20,000 to 30,000 Ghana cedis for the food bank project. 80,000, thank you very much for the clarification. From 20,000 to 80,000, which is our 60,000 move, 60,000 Ghana cedis increment. This is my submission. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam. So, the President just drew my attention that he would want to add up some few clarifications, and then, as a speaker, I am giving that opportunity. So, I'll allow the President to address this and then clarify, give out clarifications. So, you can
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. I would like to start from the Honorable Joyce, the President for Kabisa. So she made mention of why we've had a quantum leap from 20,000 as an SRC in our budget allocation to 80,000 as I rightly mentioned. You see? Hello. Let's establish this fact that the dues of the SRC is not meant for a business venture. The SRC is not a corporate organization that we are supposed to get profits. So at the end of beginning of every business year, we bring our income and expenditure account or our budget statement, and then our hope is to get a surplus or a profit at the end of the day. No. The monies of the SRC is meant for student interest and student welfare. So if there is anything mitigating against the welfare of students, and then there is an opportunity for the SRC to undertake something that is business-like in nature, we will have to forego the business and look at the welfare of students. Our projection was that, looking at the numbers we had last semester, maybe 20,000 Ghana cedis will be able to take care of the needs of students. Only for us to one day wake up to realize there was a message flying on social media calling students to come and write their names at DOSA for food. Those who went there, or those who perchance went to DOSA during those periods, will attest to it. As I stand here as president, I have the names of more than 2,000 students to feed. So as a matter, the 80,000 is not even enough. Let me even spell out the base here. That the SRC at the beginning of the academic year, we intended to provide, as you rightly said, 20,000. But then when it got to that extent, we had to add an additional 55,000. And we actually cried to our other brothers, the Grassak people. They also gave us how much? 55,000. And Nooks has also given 25,000. And then we were able to speak to Ultimate Hostel, the owner, and he has given us how many? 60 bags of the 25 kg. So the one that is 5, he has given us 60 of them. So we are going to take care of around 2,000 students. So yes, that was the budget. But then sometimes budget and reality, budget and life, if you are taking care of the welfare of students, and you are more of the elder brother of students, and you are faced with this situation, the ball will be in your court. The second one has to do with the inability of the SR, my oversight in not acknowledging you during the Transform Summit. This is an apology. I apologize for not acknowledging you guys. You did a yeoman's job and you helped us to make sure this program became a success. Now, with the discrepancy between the Entrepreneurship Endowment Fund and the Think It Funded. Now, this is the conversation. The Think It Funded and Entrepreneurship Endowment Fund are more of Islamic strains. They are synonymous in nature. The Entrepreneurship Endowment Fund is dubbed Think It Funded. Just like how maybe World Cups are called Mundial or Champions League, UEFA Champions League or something. So that is its nomenclature. The nomenclature for the Entrepreneurship Endowment Fund is Think It Funded. So quickly to the question of Honorable Dixon. So in the budget you mentioned 10,000, but then you have mentioned more than 200,000 Ghana cedis. So this is it. Every student in the school fees, from undergrad students through to master students, every student paid 5 Ghana cedis to fund the Entrepreneurship Endowment Fund called the Think It Funded. It's a separate account aside the SRC dues. See, let me bring some education here. As an SRC, there are a lot of levies we pay. We pay the SRC welfare dues. That is what translates into the KBN. We paid the SRC development levy. That was what was used to build the SRC hostel, and that is what we intend to build their nest with. We pay the SRC due. That is what I am giving as spending officer to budget. 37 Ghana cedis, I'm told. And then we are now paying 5 Ghana cedis for Entrepreneurship Endowment Fund. So this is it. As an SRC, we use monies from our dues to launch the program and then to run the operational cost around the program. So launching the program, the first pitch you came for, the second pitch you came from, it all came from the dues of the SRC. But then the actual amount of money that was given to students were all from the entrepreneur. As a matter of fact, as I speak now, I'm told we have around 350,000 Ghana cedis in that particular coffers. We have been able to give out around 230,000. The remaining, we wouldn't spend all of it. I mean, every businessman is good that you keep something in your coffers. So we have to, next year, we will increase the amount of money we give to students, and then, according to businessmen, they call something supervision. So if you give money to somebody, you should be able to go and supervise. The first person says he wants to use rubber to manufacture fuel. So during the vacation, we will have to go to where he's doing his company, his industry, his company, to see whether indeed the 30,000 Ghana cedis is indeed be used for what it's being used for. So the rest of the money will be used for that supervision and the operational cost. So that is the dichotomy between the 10,000 maybe you saw within the budget and then the huge sum you've been able to calculate for me so far. So the Think It Funded was launched from the SRC dues, but the actual amount of money that was given was taken out of the monies we paid as students, the 5 Ghana cedis we paid as students. And then the Vanguard Assurance, I mean, it's something that's well noted. You see, now let me describe to you how the problem came about. We finalized our proposal to Vanguard Assurance around February, January, February there. And those of you who have been dealing with business will agree with me that businesses start drawing their budgets about a month or two before the actual implementation of their budgets. So a company like Vanguard Assurance, their budget that they will be using for the year 2024 January, they start drawing it as early as November, December. So by the time we enter January next year, they have their budget already and they are operationalizing with it. We had to sit around the table and have so many conversations, provide artistic impressions, architectural drawings, budgets, and all that to them and to the development office for an approval to come. So the reason why the project has delayed is this. I can stand on authority and say I have the mandate of the manager of Vanguard Assurance Life Insurance Package to say that they have agreed, both in principle and in terms of legality, that they would want to do this project for us. But by the time we presented the proposal in terms of the budgets and the actual, the drawings and artistic impression to them, it was around February. And they were done drawing their budgets. because they have already presented the budget. So according to them, they have given us their words that it's going to feature in the next budget they are going to draw. That's why I'm saying that student leaders, I want to say this for the incoming executives to take it up. Wherever I may find myself under the face of the earth, if I'm called upon, I will come and I will lead you to that place. An agreement has been reached, the Director of Student Affairs is aware of it, the investing management, the Vice Chancellor is aware, and they have given us their word that they are going to build this for us. It's going to be an amazing infrastructure. If you close, you can come around, I'll show you the impression. It's a first of its kind, maybe in Ghana, an amazing artistic impression that you'll be getting from Bank Assurance. And the issue of car. So this is the conversation around the car. I don't know whether to say it, but let me say it. My predecessor left 300,000 Ghana cedis to procure a car. You see, you know Ghana, we don't buy cars in Ghana. We don't manufacture cars in Ghana. We basically import cars to Ghana. As at the time he left that particular amount, the CD to dollar ratio was less than 6 Ghana cedis. That was early last year, very early last year. When I came to office, the amount has skyrocketed to a CD to 14 cedis. I don't know anybody here who has a parent or who is into car business. You ask the price of a Toyota Hilux. The one that Director of Student Affairs he drives. Ask the price. Michael left around 200,000. When we asked at the time he came, it was something more than 700,000. It is more than twice the price. That is the reality now. So we are left with two options: whether to cancel the whole project completely or to maybe top up for the sake of our students. And I've always said that the SRC is not a business venture. We can choose. The SRC is meant for the welfare and the interest of students. We had a meeting with the the commander for Tech Police Station, Commander Hammond, and he mentioned to us that according to their records, they realized that when we had the single cabin pickup, I don't know whether you guys have seen it before. If you're going to the hospital, there is this pickup. It's a single cabin with a very big trunk at the back, and people can sit there. It takes about 8 to 10 police personnel or security personnel to go. They are saying that particular pickup, we have only one in Kenya University. And according to their records, if they look at the crime rate at Ayudiase and new sites, and they compare to the time this particular pickup came, it has been of great use to the university because it is able to transport in large numbers security personnel to some areas for them to patrol the areas. But then this is the reality. If a crime scene occurs at Bomso, by the time that particular vehicle moves from that joint to Bomso, something might have happened. So they have divided the university community into two main halves. We have one at the Ayudiase end. So they were pleading with us that from their intelligence as security personnel, if we can get an additional one at the other end of the school, it can serve as a great deal. And those of you who are into security intelligence, you realize that whenever there is police presence and there's alarm and there are these lights moving around, it serves as a way of warding off criminals. So it's up to us to choose. I mean, it's safe to say we haven't been able to procure it as of now. I don't know, maybe I'll be in office, maybe I wouldn't be in office. Anyone who takes over for me can evaluate the reality, you can decide to stop it completely. But for me, in the spirit of welfare and interest of our students, I think it's a worthy venture. As I said, as at last year, I don't know whether Michael had asked the price, but I have reason to believe that maybe as at last year, the price, you could have, I mean, those of you who have been buying cars, you know that the price of cars have more of doubled. So that is the reality around the car. And then Ahmed mentioned of, President Ahmed mentioned of another car. So that one is not a pickup. I don't know whether you've realized there is a pickup and there is this old Land Cruiser. I think the number is P or Y. It's blue in color. A very old Land Cruiser. That is what we were told the UNRC you did for overhaul. Yes. So it is not a pickup. It is a Land Cruiser. So there is this big Y or P Land Cruiser that usually moves around. That is what we are talking about. So these are three different cars. It's not the same car that we are talking about here. And listening to all the presentation of honorable members, I want to make a bold statement because I know I'm running out of office. Even if I make it and you're angry, I'm gone. You can't come and beat me. This is the statement. As an SRC, we pay dues to the tune of 37 Ghana cedis. Multiply 37 Ghana cedis not by the total number of students, because as it stands now, a lot of students haven't paid their fees. And in the operations of the university, until students pay 70%, we don't receive dues. So 70% to 100%. So usually whenever we are doing our budget, we budget around 75,000, 70,000, because KNUST is around 89,000. Good. So the SRC operates with budgets maybe maximum 2.4 million. That is the maximum. If you go to a place like UNE, listen carefully. Every student pays dues to the tune of 250 Ghana cedis. That is UNE. By KNUST, we pay 37. The SRC dues, I'm told, for the past 10 years, have increased by only, I think, 5% during the COVID period. So the SRC dues that Samoma Kusi took, the SRC dues that Philemon La took, that is the same SRC dues Franco Osu is taking. In terms of nominal value and real values, the economic students and accounting students will agree with me, it has reduced. I dare say, now listen to me, any person who becomes president next year, I remember in the year 2018, I was somewhere in a particular school. KNUST brought Shatawale to come and entertain us. I dare say that next year, God willing, of which I'm very optimistic that we will have social life coming back. When we are celebrating SRC Week, if we want a top-notch SRC Week, looking at the budget available to me, and the fact that the university has increased so much in number, such that food bank alone is taking more than 100,000 Ghana cedis. Now our expenditure has become so big. You look at Sonso alone takes something around 150,000 because of the number of laptops you are buying. 60 laptops, multiply it. So Sonso takes a part. KBN is taking a part. Looking at the expenses, NUCS, USAC elections, I'm afraid that in future, if we have social life coming back and we really want to enjoy to that level, we must have to have a conversation around the amount of money we pay as an SRC. I don't know. I think you guys should consider it, because here I am hearing Hall Caucus, France, we need money. Khaled Caucus, we need money. And it's not even I see that the money is so much in excess. It's not. It's not. So there's the boy now. Me, I'm leaving. I have no say in it. But realistically, I want you guys to sit down and have a conversation around yourself. If you guys know anybody who has organized social programs before, ask yourself, how much does it cost to bring Shatawale a night, if not sponsorship? How much it costs to organize one quality program without, unless of course we get sponsorship? I had wanted to do a lot of things as SRC president, but I was left to be smart. If not partnerships I went into and my ability to go into, we wouldn't have been able to achieve much. So you read history and realize that from 2020, 2023, 2019, 2023, SRCs have not been able to do so much. So somebody comes and maybe the person is able to do just one project. He buys a car and he renovates an office. It's not as if they don't want to do much. But then the responsibility, I just mentioned to you today, it was never in my budget that we are going to spend 50,000 Ghana cedis on surgeries. But when it comes, you can't say you won't pay. You have to take money from somewhere and go and take care of your students. I mean, I didn't even mention the fact that we have to take care of students living with disability. When they have meetings, we're the one who take care of them, all in the SRC budgets. I mean, ISA students and all that. The reality is that we have to have frank conversations with ourselves. So it's not as if, as president, I would want to promise and then I wouldn't redeem the promise. But then there's scarcity of resources available. It's making it difficult for SRC presidents, for Khalid presidents, and I know that what I'm going through, Khalid presidents are also going through the same. Departments are also on their necks. But then, so let's have a conversation and see how best, because for the past 10 years, our dues have gone up by just 5%. So if a former president comes and tells you that during my time, I did this, and tell the person that your time, the monetary value of your dues was not the same as mine. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for the clarifications. Now, before we proceed to the next item on the order, which is AOCB, any other credible business, I would want to introduce before the House the 12th SRC Speaker of Parliament, who is also currently the USAC President in the person of Dr. Christian Tifo Addison. You're welcome, Doctor. Honorable members, we will quickly proceed to the next item on the order, which is AOCB. The floor is open. 5 submissions, please. 5 submissions. Honorable Fidaya Bokria.
Okay. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. My first AOCB submission that I want to make is about the fact that over the years or over the months, the university has been advocating about lectures assessment, which we all can attest to the fact that as at now, even some of us over here haven't assessed their lectures, and we are about starting our end of year exam. I think this is one way we can try and then improve the way our lecturers, offer whatever they have to us. So if our lectures are good or bad, it's up to us to assess them for the university to know that these lectures deserve thumbs up or deserve fire to do more. So I want to use this platform to plead with all students to do our best to assess our lectures. And then I will also plead with the SRC president to help in advocating for such a thing, wherever he has a speech or something. Yes, and the second is about our independence or the collaboration with the Republic Hall dinner and awards night coming off this 25th of this year. I am also in a way advertising that all parliamentarians and even persons in this auditorium or conference, it's not really free, but then we have special packages for all of us, and then all of us are invited to come around. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Fidaya Bokria. At that point was well noted. Honorable Habib Mohammed Abdallah.
Finally. Thank you so much. I wanted to do something, but Xavier, Honorable Xavier, should I carry on? I want to believe that Honorable Xavier is in an African print. Anyways. Today I'm discharging my duties, if you may.
Thank you very much.
All right.
In my knowledge, I think is Atta qualifies to be an African prince.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All right, so I move on to the substantive issue. I think this is an AOCB forum, but then you didn't give me the chance, so I want to use that opportunity, if you may. I want to thank everybody, especially the Executive Council, and I want to say that it looks that this House is outstanding in all its dealing, and we need some kind of appreciation, either from management or from the Executive Council, because we have done so much for them. Mr. President, yes, Mr. President can attest to that fact. As a caucus, it's unfortunate that most of our members are not around. It's due to other important reasons. So we, as they are not here, we still account for their presence. And I want to make a point that, Mr. President, you said so much, but then as a member of the UNRC and the non-residential caucus, I was expecting so much from you as well. I think one of our hurdles has to do with transportation and security. And I really wanted to hear so much. on several occasions, I've met you at the Directorate of Students with my transportation issue. Almost every now and then I'll be with Director. The promises have been that there are some procurements that have been done or in the way yet to come. And I want to speak to the mic and speak to Ewusi. Sorry if you don't know him, the incoming MP. The Director promised us that the 2 vehicles yet to come, when in, even if I'm in my house, I should place a call through and tell him that there are 2 cars. New site terminal building needs a shuttle. I might not be there to do that. And so I'm putting it to you that that's a challenge you should take on. And moving on, Mr. SRC President, I want to say that we need transportations, though it might sound very difficult, but then I think conversations should be had, and then ways to provide them should be given. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Honorable Habib Abdallah. Honorable Charity Hanago.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Before you proceed, after your submission and then the 2 from Honorable Francis Evia and Honorable Abuchita, there will be no other submission. I am sorry, Honorable Dixon, so Honorable Charity Hanago.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Speaker. For everything we've discussed here, you know, they are all important. But then I want to remind us, or remind you of our allowance. You know, it's very necessary. Last semester, we haven't received anything. So what assurance are you giving it to us that this semester's own will come in addition to last semester's own? You see, I think most of you wanted to say this, but then because of the chances. So on behalf of the House, Right Honorable, we are pleading, please. I don't think we will receive just last semester soon. It will come in addition to this semester soon, and that will be a chunk of money. Yes. So we'll be waiting. And Mr. SRC President, I don't know if this part of the A or CB, but then I want to state it. With regard to the college project, I know we are about handing over. That's fine. But when we gave our submissions on the budget, we were thinking that maybe you come and tell us something. One, if you wouldn't be able to support us. 2, the money we are expecting is more than what you can provide. But then we've been here since last semester, this semester, getting to the end of the semester, academic year, and nothing, no communication. We are just there. And you know, all the students that you are catering for, they are in the college. And when we do something for them in the college, it ends up benefiting a lot of people. He made mention of 200,000, that's 2 billion. I know supporting people is very good, but then remember that when we do something in the college, it benefits a lot of people. So I'm just saying this. It's not, I won't say it's bad, but then for correction, if you're not able to support or do anything, you would have at least come to us to tell us something. Yes, so that's my submission.
Honorable Zibia, kindly take a minute. I was anticipating the question on the allowances, and I am very glad that I am saying this to the cameras. Now, I'll begin with questions. Honorable members, when did I call you to come and sign for your first semester allowances? And did everyone come to sign for your allowances? I had to chase people in their rooms before, and allowances are collective. I cannot submit an allowance for Honorable Asante Ahmed tomorrow. I submit another one on behalf of Honorable Kofi Asante. I would have to submit the allowances for the whole house. And as of mid-semester, second semester, I was still chasing people that they come and sign for their allowances, their own money. I was chasing them to come and sign for their money. As of last 2 weeks, Honorable Dixon, you were there in the account office. I was made to call 4 parliamentarians. As of last 2 weeks, he was there. I'm glad he's here.
4 parliamentarians to come to the accounts office to sign for the allowances as of last 2 weeks. So now, is it the fault of Mr. Speaker or the fault of a colleague member of the members of Parliament? I have been chasing people right and left, up and down, just because I want you to get your money as early as possible. I submitted these allowances during the first semester vacation. I was waiting that by the first 2 weeks in the second semester, you'd have gotten your monies. But then, I mean, the harm is a self-inflicted one from your own colleagues. So I once again apologize on their behalf. But then last week I went there, everything is in process now. The allowances has been sent to the audit, passed, and very soon you will receive your payment. As a matter of fact, Honorable Cheetah, have you received the committee allowance? Yes, some committees have received. Yes, so the allowance has started coming. Yes. So as you are complaining, some of us are chilling. As you are complaining, some other committees and one are chilling. So it will come. Yes. It's a matter of it will come. Yes. And thank you very much. Honorable Kofi Asante.
Thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, it's sad. Very, very sad that as a member of Parliament, I sit here today and hear that other committees have received allowances and the most hardworking committee, the most diligent committee, the only committee that's able to work, bring reports, and on their own accord, print and give copies to everyone. We do our work better than the clerk. And others, yes, because the business committee, and they don't ensure that we receive other papers, they don't ensure that we receive standing orders, they don't ensure that we receive minutes. And that committee is receiving allowances. That's fine. But Mr. Speaker, what I wanted to actually talk about is the fact that we are facing these challenges because I think we have run a laissez-faire parliament. A lot of things have gone wrong in this parliament, and we've gone a whole year. No one was ever referred to Privileges Committee. Meanwhile, if you want to count the contempt of parliament, even the SRC money will be small. A lot of breaches. And I want to use this opportunity to advise the incoming House to take the work seriously, because we are here because of the students. I mean, the students put us here. We sitting here asking for allowances and talking and all. It's because of some people. So if we come into the House and we are not able to take the work seriously, and it looks like when you don't take the work seriously, no one can punish you for it, and at the end of the day, you can still get allowance. Like if that protocol guy gets allowance, I'll be surprised. I'm serious. Terrible. And it's making the work a burden on a few of us who are really interested in the work, and it's sad. So, Mr. Speaker, maybe we are not done yet. You can show some last action before we go. Yes. If you are told to come and sign for your allowance, period is given, you don't come, it will be treated as you didn't come for parliament throughout this thing. And that one, you will not just forfeit your allowance. You will also be referred to Privileges Committee as to why you didn't come for parliamentary sitting, a whole session. Then people would, without permission, then people will start taking us seriously. So, Mr. Speaker, please, let's look at that. Our conduct and replications, we are leaders. We should be showing, no, please, I beg you. We should be showing leadership through our actions. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Kofi Asante. Honorable Dixon. That was not a revolution. Honorable Francis Xavier.
Okay, thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker.
I think my deputy chair made a very salient point on the allowances issues. I wouldn't talk about that. But then I want to make this point, and I'm glad Mr. President is here. It has to do with the issues with regard to deferment of students who failed in one way or the other to do biometric registration or either the course registration. In fact, I would like to use this opportunity to actually commend my provost. He is a father so lovely and so caring, Professor Charles Mafu. It wasn't really easy, but having conversation with him, he has been able to let all our students to go through the process. And I've been receiving calls from students from other colleges with regards to this. And even before I just arrived in this chamber, I had a call from a gentleman from Cabeza. And he's so frustrated, he doesn't even know what to do, what his future holds, as to whether he will even be allowed to write the exams or not. I just tried to speak with the lady president for Cabeza, and she actually gave me some explanations which indeed make sense. But then I will still believe that since this is the first step ever the university is taking such a step, I know by now most of them have learned their lessons. They should at least just pardon them, let them go through the process. I believe next academic semester, when information with regards to that is being laid before students, everybody will take it seriously and then it wouldn't be repeated. So that is the point I want to make. And on behalf of the students of course constituency, I would like to use this opportunity to in fact thank the whole students of KNUST. We are privileged and we are honored for 2 consecutive times, leading the SRC front. His Excellency Frank Owusu is a proud member of course constituency. In fact, he has been my classmate since level 100 till now. And he has been so amazing, so wonderful. And then Yvonne, the president-elect, is equally from course constituency. We are looking forward next year to producing another president for the student representative. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Francis Xavier. So I want to add a few clarification to your submission with regards to the allowances for the budget committee. Yes, it's in the pipeline. It will come very soon. I also want you to realize that you are receiving the highest amount for the committee. So why are you? Good things come to those who wait. Yes. Honorable Albert Chitam.
Thank you, Mr. Right Honorable Speaker. I want to commend our SRC President for a good job done. He has done well. I thought before, yes. So I wanted to chip in this. The food bank and then the food safety should be checked monthly. And this one goes to our SRC president and the welfare committee. Secondly, when our dear president was running his campaign, he made mention of pharmacy on campus, and then we thank God it's now in at. And then I want to commend that we work on the hours which they work, because I learned they are working 12 hours a day. And then my dear Indies executives have been commenting about that, but still, if you can speak with management about that. And then lastly, I think our caucus report made emphasis on first aid boxes. We want the president to speak on our behalf that first aid boxes at least should be failed at least twice every semester. If you can.
Thank you very much. Honorable Abajit and well noted. I will take the last submission. Last two. And this time I think last two. Honorable, this is one of this.
Thank you, Right Honorable Mr. Speaker. I would like to ask whether His Excellency Master Franco to have seen the news going around the business school. I'm not a student of business school. I'm at the College of Science. But as a member of Parliament, I would like to speak for people with genuine cases. People that have to work before they can pay their fees. They don't have anybody to support them. People that go for classes from Monday to Friday, and even from Saturday to Sunday, they have to go somewhere and work. Right now, these people would not be allowed to write exams on Monday. And it's very sad, and I must say, it's very sad that people with genuine cases, I had a call from one lady who is pleading, she's pleading that if there could be a way that they would even allow her to write the exams, she's owing 2,000 cedis, whereby she's willing to pay 500 cedis. That even if she paid that 500 cedis, the management will still not allow her to write the exams, all because she's owing fees. Right now, what is the next forward, or the way forward for these people who are having this genuine case? Because people have, pledged for themselves not to involve themselves in any act. And I say, if I say any act, you understand, for money. So what is the way forward for people that are having this genuine case? Because they need our help. They want to hear something from the SRC. So I think that would be my last submission for the business school in particular. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Dixon Wando. Honorable Asante Ahmed Abdallah.
Mr. Speaker, I want to add one.
The Speaker, point of order. My name has been mentioned as an honorable member to speak.
Can you pause for me?
I don't like what honorable Dixon is doing. Because when he was speaking, I was just sitting. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my first point has to do with what honorable Dixon was narrating. As Scottish President, I wouldn't narrate from just one policy perspective. Last year, His Excellency Mike Kalabwa did a very great job by using 150,000 of the SRC to pay fees for students who had genuine cases where they were allowed to write letters to the SRC. The Director of Students Affairs assisted the SRC by having an interview session to know that these students genuinely need assistance to pay their fees. And I believe if this is being done, a lot of students with genuine cases will be saved. Because some of them, if you speak to them, in fact, you might even decide to sell your room and pay their school fees for them. Some of us, if you listen to us, you might even decide as SRC President to use your SRC to pay our school fees for us. Mr. Speaker, moving on. The SRC is not the only one association on this campus. There is a local news. Most of the times we are putting pressure on the SRC, every day the SRC. Forgetting that the local news, even if we are calculating roughly, are expected to receive about 530,000 for first semester at the first reconciliation. So if this kind of amount is sitting somewhere in a mother association office, and we are not seeing work being done, it means the pressure cannot be only placed on the SRC. Because as I was told, first semester, local news had food bank initiative. And I believe if this initiative was well distributed, most of the students would be coming from the SRC food bank. Because as college president, I wasn't even informed the local news were having food bank. And if as college president, I don't know, how do I share the flies to my people? And I'm sure, and I can say it emphatically, that none of my students receive the full bank share during first semester. And it is disheartening, if not for our colleagues and our always being so caring and in fact, it puts serious emphasis on students' welfare. I wouldn't have been able to distribute food to our students. And let me say for a fact, the money is strictly from me, and we just donated to help distribute to more students. Now, Mr. Speaker, now that I was talking about what SRC and KNUST has been doing, I'll move to the 15th Parliament. You are coming to vote for the next executives. Hold them accountable. I always say that this Parliament, we have so many flaws. And the reason why I love this house is because after this election, after the Deputy Speaker election, we still stay together as a house. Although some members are not in this country as well as but we stick together as a house. And I must say, one person that helped us in achieving that is the former Speaker, Mr. Christian Anderson. During our deliberation, he was here. Some of the words he gave us has been with some of us as of now. You should know that you are coming from different places, different constituencies, but you are the people that fairly represent KNUST. And if anything should happen, you are to be held accountable. As I stated, Oops had 530,000 analysis. I don't know whether they use it for something, but I don't know. So hold them accountable as the 15 hours, and I'm hoping that you will do better than we did, regardless of our flaws. And as I said, you will do better than us. I'm hoping that you, as a house, will do better than us. One last thing I would like to add is, the first time I saw Right Honorable, I said to the person sitting beside, this guy is so fool. He cannot think of us. Look at me, can he talk? If I shout, keep quiet. That was my perception. But I never knew. And let me say, he's very, very, very wise. He's the best speaker I've ever seen. You know, one thing I would demand from you is work with your speaker as a house. Yes, the president is appointed by the SRC president, but he represents you as a house. Give him or her the needed respect so that he or she will give you the needed respect. And don't see the SRC president as your enemy or someone who is coming to loot, create, and share. I see the person as someone who has gone through the rooms, the classrooms, the halls, just to become who he or she is. Now it's a she. Who she is. So I'll plead that you work hand in hand and make sure our students achieve what they need to achieve. I'm very proud that Frank was speaking about the whole lot of achievements that I was seeing myself in the off-campus Wi-Fi were in the meeting as parliamentarians. School fees negotiation were in the meeting as parliamentarians. There were so many negotiations that had gone on that he invited us as parliamentarians to come and give our thoughts and see to it that students' interest is well heard. You are accomplished. I'll plead with you as a house, and especially with my successor. Should I go in Honorable? Yet to Honorable Rashford Atuman, that all of you would work hand in hand, especially for those I know who be senior members like myself and Honorable Kofi, Honorable Xavier, and Honorable Chan. The likes of BBY, Exeter, and Car, Desmond, Atuman. We will be proud. All these people are moving to senior members and to see to it that the house will do the needful. Thank you very much for coming to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Asante. So we are done with our AOC. Before we proceed to the next item on the order, I introduce before the House the presence of the former Speaker of Parliament and the current SAC President. As such, I would want to give him the opportunity to address the students' body from the National Front, since he's the current SAC President.
Right, Honorable Speaker, members of Parliament, observers, good evening to all of us. I'm going to be very brief with my submissions because I know time is fast spent. But always when I enter this house, it brings a lot of euphoria and memories about when I had to steer one of the most difficult parliaments KNUST-SRC has ever seen. Before I move on, I want to apologize for coming in late. Some of you may not know, but I'm still a student of KNUST, and so I had to go for lectures, and then I moved there right after lectures. Once I have apologized, and I want to also chastise this house. Yes, you know I will say it as it is. You've always known me for that. I have had to stand in the stead of the National Union of Ghana Students as well as for USAG because the business committee of this house failed to indicate that you had guests from the National Front who will be joining the sitting. And the national officer had to walk out of the meeting because he had sat here for so long and he had not been given a chance to address this house. I think that for whoever is going to take on the role as chairperson for business committee, please make sure that some of these things you pay critical attention to them, or else it will get to a point where you invite people and then they will not show up because everyone wants that opportunity to address students wherever they find themselves. So with that said, I am happy that I have been able to join this meeting. Chatham, you mentioned Ataju for and then for a while I've been posting that on my status. I'm not the typical person to be praising people on my status. I don't do that. Some of you know. But for my president of KNUST-SRC, I want us to give him a standing ovation. And then let's give it up for the wonderful work that has been done. I wish it could be louder. I wish it could be really louder. Mr. President, we are very grateful for your service to KNUST. Thank you so much. Please, we can resume our seats. I say this because day in, day out, I travel to universities across the country. When I took over USAG, there were 38 member institutions. Now there are 52 and counting. And so I've been to all these 52 campuses and I compare and contrast the work that is being done in KNUST. And I'm happy that I don't have to be biased. It is obvious. This president took over at a time where he had, I wish I could call him the builder, because he had a lot of building to do. He had to build the image of this SRC, in fact, rebuild, because at that point, KNUST-SRC was at its weakest ever in the history of student leadership. And this is not the first time I've said this. And this president has managed to take it up, run an event-free. By event, I do not mean a positive event. You know what I mean. Administration. And after doing that, this president has put so much emphasis on capacity building. I am around mostly because I'm a teaching assistant and I see the programs going on. And I always exclaim, wow. Because I did not know that KNUST-SRC could get to this point, where you now see that student leadership is not about the fun and entertainment alone. It's not about the fanfare, the publicities, the media hypes, getting media people to be hyping you all over. It is about real action and real work. And so, I might be boring you with this, but let's give it up again to this president. Because President, Madam Vice President, JC, my look-alike, and then Mr. Speaker, this has been an amazing administration. Thank you so much. And so in my 7 years in KNUST, I'm proud to say this is one of the most successful SRC administrations I have seen. And see, SRC might have legacy projects as a key part of what you have to do. But with this president, even if he had decided not to do any legacy project, this man would have been a fulfilled president. And far from that, he has still gone on to list an endless list of legacy projects that he is leaving for the KNUST-SRC and KSC students. Mr. President, congratulations. On the issues of JCRC, when it came up, it became a very major topic, whichever university I had to go to, even though they were not in KNUST, I had to speak to that issue. We started the engagement, but at a point I felt I have been there before. I know how things run in KNUST. Some of these issues do not require external involvement at all, because when I was speaker, I know how I would have received that president who would come in for the fanfare of it. And it was serious business. And so, right from the day that decision came, that green sheet came, I've been celebrating this president on my status till now. And you guys have done amazing as a parliament to support the work that he has done as president. To crown it, in over 15 years, per the records that I've checked, KNUST has never hosted us as USAG in Kumasi and on campus. And so I think that will be a beautiful closing to this wonderful administration and to set up the next historic administration that we are about to witness. And so on 30th August to 2nd September, the University Students Association of Ghana is coming home. We are hosting over 1,000 students here in KNUST for them to see the beauty of our infrastructure, of our administration, and of our student leadership. And so I'm asking that if any of you is around and you have not had such experiences at the National Front, you should come in. I was privileged to go through it from class rep up to speaker. I saw everything, but when I got there, I knew it was a different ball game. And so if you want to see the different ball game, you should make it a point to be around. And then let's host this and host it beautifully for our students who will be coming in. I bring felicitation from the newly elected National KNUST executives, His Excellency Chemyopong Daniel, who is also an alumnus of KNUST. And then it's unfortunate there's no KNUST student aspiring for USAG presidency. I might have committed the mistake of endorsing indirectly, but I'm happy I don't have to. I see a lot of the USAG aspirants here, and I wish them well in their engagements with the newly elected executives. Overall, I am proud to call myself a student of KNUST with the work that has been done by this administration. And once again, from the University Students Association of Ghana, we give you an equal and a big congratulations on what you have done. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Christian Anderson, President, USAG. Honorable members, we will quickly move to the next item on the order, which is adjournment and announcements. Honorable Asante Ahmed, I have a very short announcement for you. I remember our first SOSA. You were the one who raised the submission with regards to our maize. Yes, so I was even expecting that we will be the first person to realize that we are having a new maize now. It's actually not a new maize. It's the old one, but then with some additions, yes, with some modifications. Yes. And I'm hoping that you really appreciate the art that has gone into the new maize. Yes. We have spent too much time here, and then very soon we will bring the sitting to an adjournment. Honorable members, honorable members should kindly move for the adjournment of the sitting. Honorable Kofi Asante.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Kofi Asante, proudly of the GISA constituency, move for the adjournment of today's sitting until further notice. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. As a kindment, please. Honorable Fidaya Kokia.
Thank you very much. I, Honorable Fidaya Kokia, Member of Parliament for the Independence Hall constituency, moves to second the adjournment of the sitting.
Thank you very much. Prayer. We are praying. Oh God, grant us a vision of our university, fair as it might be, a university of righteousness, where none shall wrong its labor, a university of plenty, where evil and poverty shall be done away, a university of brotherhood, where all success shall be founded on service, and honor shall be given to the deserving, a university of peace, where the SRC shall rest on the will of the people and the love for the common good. Bless the efforts of those who struggle to make this vision a living reality. Inspire and strengthen our people that we may give time, thought, and sacrifice to speed the day, the coming beauty of KNUST, Ghana, and Africa. Amen.
Honorable House, honored guests, the Speaker, and the President of the SRC.
Hello. Kindly, you can resume your seat, please. Kindly stay inside as they bring your food. They are bringing your food. So kindly stay inside.